And I think a lot of the reason we're having these interminable, tedious arguments about gender is just because actually it's a lot less important than it used to be for a lot of the kind of Zoom class people who are having the arguments. In a sense, the internet has cucked all of us.
There's the Mary Harrington zinger.
And by that I mean, the guys who go on about, real masculinity and aesthetics and slunking eggs and whatever, are still, they're still posting thirst traps, just like an Instagram ego, or a lot of them are anyway. And in a sense, they're not, the men and the women just aren't so different, because they're all arguing like high school girls in Twitter slanging matches. And to the extent that everybody's just involved in this constant game of backbiting and Chinese whispers on social media, there is no meaningful difference between the sexes anymore. I mean, just to expand on the idea that the internet has cucked all of us, my thesis is, it's observable and sort of fairly well documented that female aggression is much less direct than, women are just as aggressive and competitive as men, but they go about it differently. Joyce Benenson is good on this. Men tend to be fairly overt in their competition and in forming hierarchies. And, when men, come into conflict with one another, there's a higher possibility of physical violence than there would be among women. But once you transfer all of human interaction onto the internet, you foreclose the possibility of physical violence. And in a sense, it means that all conflict now happens in the female key.
Everybody's bitchy and bitching.
Yeah, the internet has cucked all of us. Even the guys who are being the loudest about masculinity are still forced into the female key when it comes to fighting, as long as they're doing it online.